Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Patriot Nation TV. I'm your host, Tim Davis, aka Professor X, the New Age Patriot with a 1776 attitude. Just one man, one opinion. Trying to connect the dots and making sense of it all in this bizarre world. Huh? It's a little late night edition, Patriot Nation TV. Sunday, August 28th, 2022. I guess this is, I would say, part two of the tyranny in midterms. Scorched earth policy is in action as we see it now. The Democrats, I guess it's part two of that. So if you're tuning in, if you're new to the show, please give a thumbs up, hit like, subscribe, notification bell, leave a comment. And so it's just part two of Scorched Earth. And we'll be discussing student loan forgiveness, dive into the IRS agents and other alphabet agencies, how they're useless now, should be abolished. We'll talk about how Zuckerberg, spent a very little time on how Zuckerberg did an interview with Joe Rogan, right, where he admits the FBI influenced certain things, So we're going to talk about stuff like that. And remember, well, the old saying, what's normal for the spider is chaos for the fly, right? And that's what it is. As long as we, the people, keep bickering back and forth, we're the fly. That's the chaos that the government needs. Take your freedoms, your liberties away. Divide and conquer. So I'm going to do this. Let me see, what am I on to? See if I get it done in 8 minutes real quick. Maybe I'll do 2 more videos before the midterm election, part 3 and 4 of tyranny in the midterms, scorched earth policies right up to the election. And we'll do a live show with a couple of guests at the end of the 4th, right before everybody votes. Then we'll discuss the Patriot Act, NDAA Act, and how it all ties in with this new bill with the debt forgiveness, the unconstitutional acts, right? Like the NDAA Act and stuff like that. Anyway, so let's get going. So let's just be clear. We want liberty, not tyranny, right? We all want liberty, not tyranny. So to be clear on that, let's talk about this student loan debt forgiveness. There is no plan to eliminate debt. There's no plan to eliminate student debt at that. There is a plan, though, to transfer that debt to those that don't owe the debt. Taxpayers, people who didn't take the loans out. The student loan forgiveness is simply a corrupt transfer of massive debt to those who don't owe a dime. Just reward themselves. No hardworking American without a college degree or with a college degree that they paid off or they're in the midst of paying off should have to pay for other student loans, period, no matter how they sugarcoat it. Canceling student debt is the most absurd thing I've ever heard. Rewarding people. Imagine this, rewarding people who do not honor their financial commitments by taxing the people who do. This is just wrong. Actually, this is vote buying. This is vote buying. It's vote buying at its worst. Doesn't get any worse than this. Sleepy Joe, Slow Joe, Joe the Tyrant, Brandon, whatever name you may have by it, we all may call him by him. He may be buying the college vote right now through bribery and fraud. He may be buying the college vote, but he's not running off the 40 or 50-year-olds. He's running these, my age group, 40, 50-year-olds, 50-year-old men and women, voters who already paid off the loans or didn't have any loans. He's going to run them all off. Just like the video I did, the baby boomers. You need more. That's a good one. It's a really good one. Yeah, we can all use forgiveness. So I look at it like this whole thing, I think, because they're going to chase off the 40, 50-year-olds. They're going to chase everybody off. And yeah, good evening, Kenneth. How's everything? Thanks for tuning in. It's going to backfire. They're going to shoot themselves in the foot. Yeah, that's what they do. All they do is shoot themselves in the foot with every policy they put forth. It's been going that way for a while. And as soon as we accept it, better off we'll be. Nobody's talking. What about the other question was mortgage relief, right? Mortgage forgiveness. I agree with that. You need mortgage forgiveness. Nobody talks about giving the trade, the school trades who are debt. People who went to trade school, they owe debt. They don't talk about forgiving their loans. And wonder why that is. Simple, right? Because they all learn a skill that pays off their debt and pay their own way. They learn a skill. Perhaps, everybody's seen it. It's been talked about. I'm just going to touch on it real quick. Perhaps they should have looked at forgiving medical debt for cancer patients, people with heart problems, kidney problems, diabetes, whatever, We should have looked at canceling their debt and their loans. Education is a choice. Diseases aren't a choice. Cancer is not a choice. Diabetes is not a choice. None of it's a choice. Medical debt should have been forgiven way before the choice of a student taking out a loan. And nobody wins in this. It's just the middle class gets smaller and they get punished for it. So let's call it what it is. These institutions, these colleges, these universities, they're hedge funds, right? Look at Harvard. Harvard is sitting on top of $54 billion hedge fund that they call endowment that pays zero on taxes on. Pays 0% taxes on. Then you got Yale, another institute, private institute, they $31 billion. Stanford, another private institute, $29 billion. Princeton, $26 billion. So on and so on. The list just keeps going down further and further. The elite schools sit on a gold mine. They do. They sit on a gold mine. They're getting all this money, debt being forgiven and such, sit on a gold mine. But the middle class, upper middle class, lower middle class will foot the bill for the student loan forgiveness. It's the bottom line. That's what it's coming down to. We can't even deny it. And this is why I'm talking about this scorched earth. This is one of the policies in play. I talked about 3 other ones in the first show I did on this topic on this, all this scorched earth. The veils are lifting. We are seeing the game crystal clear. We are seeing the ways that the brilliance of our species is extracted and exploited by remarkably uninteresting and tiny fragment of the populace, entirely for their benefit, their amusement. It's time we call out this illusion of a so-called democracy or this new world order or some kind of order. It's time to reclaim what is ours. We have been controlled by fools and charlatans for far too long. So many buffoons everywhere. They're in charge. And it's really ridiculous. It's all about bankrupting the middle class down to the lower class. Every Marxist, communist, fascist, socialist nation, and everyone, pre, present, and future, is a majority of lower class, and the few at the top are very wealthy. This is where we are. The poor are the slave workers for the ruling, wealthy, upper class elites. Just think about it. Go to the IRS a little bit. What they did with the IRS, they used our taxes to raise our taxes so we could hire 87,000 new IRS agents fully armed to riffle through our tax returns to see if we owe more taxes. Right? It's what we just witnessed. It's just tyranny. It's midterms coming up. People really got to look about this midterm election. You got to put loyalties away and vote smart. My philosophy, I'll slowly say it. How about we just go back to the way it was before 1913? No tax. I laugh, but it's the truth. No tax, period. Let the government get its revenue from tariffs like it used to. They've always had, they always led people to believe the IRS is part of the federal government, and it's not. We need a judge to deem the IRS, ATF, and all the other alphabet agencies as unconstitutional and dispose of them immediately. All of them, DEA, CIA, IRS, ATF, FBI, they're all corrupt. We formed the Department of Homeland Security. Split every one of those agencies in half and put them in DHS, have one big thing if that's what they want. Get rid of all these little small, little tyrannical agencies doing unconstitutional laws. I'd rather go back to a time before the common man was taxed in the U.S. I don't see anything wrong with that. The IRS is like the henchman for the mafia. If you don't pay the federal government taxes, the mafia, then the IRS henchman will break your kneecaps, take your house, take your car, take your pay. Taxes are used to keep the common man poor and at the mercy of the state. They take our money and give it to their friends. Why we stay poor poor peasants forever, believing in something that doesn't exist for us. But it's, Constitution. Nah, it's not working for us. We give away trillions in services, fighting wars that we have no business being in, financing wars, none of our business, GPS, weather forecasting, information technology, so on and so on, et cetera, to the world, both friendly with us and enemies. We in turn get treated like underclassmen, peasants, serfs, whatever you want to call it. It's what we are. We should actually, as extreme as it may be, we should default. We should default on our debt. Yeah, I'm going to say it. Which we never had a voice in creating anyway in the first place. We didn't create it. The government recreated it. Default on it. Right? See what happens. So we didn't create it. And we'll see, how it shakes out. Start demanding repayments to cover our expenses and reparations back to us. Got to stop this spending. We are stronger than any country and have shown this for decades. We don't need them. They need us. America first. America is America first policies. Let freedom ring. That's all we're going to get out of this. Otherwise, we're just going to keep going further and further. There's another saying, a government that forces you to account to them for the way you spend your money, but refuse to be accountable for the way how they spend our money, should be immediately replaced. Should be replaced. I'm at 14 minutes in. I mean, just quickly, what can I say about this Zuckerberg guy? I've been in Facebook jail many, many times, had videos on YouTube taken down for certain words. But it comes out, he did a little interview, had a little platform with Joe Rogan, and they discussed the Hunter Biden laptop, the HP laptop, how it was suppressed, how a certain agency told Zuckerberg to use his products to suppress certain things because they believe it was Russian disinformation. That's what they're claiming. That's what you see on the news. I don't know. I'm just reporting a little bit of time on it. But the bottom line is, the fact is it's all coming clear now. Isn't it? You see what's going on. The ways that we are worked by the economic and political powers that be. all for their benefit and entertainment enjoyment, all to our detriment. These are wolves in sheep's clothing everywhere. It seems every evident that we have almost had enough of the sick, sadistic game they're playing. All we got to do is stand up. Game's over. It's time to tell the truth about it. About it all. From the pedophiles to everything else. The evil people. Take humanity back. And this is my, the midterms and tyranny. Scorched earth policy. We're witnessing it. So let me end this up. Okay. 15 minutes there, 16 minutes. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you like the show. Please, again, give a thumbs up, hit like. Oh, I got a couple. What's this here? Did you catch the story about a woman posing a Warsaw fan? Remember? No, I did not hear about that. Smooth operator. That's a good question. I'll check into it. Like I said, please hit like, hit subscribe. I'm going to do 2 more shows, I guess. I'll do it part 3 or part 4. Part 3 will discuss the Patriot Act, connecting the dots with the Patriot Act, NDAA Act, with student debts, a couple more executive orders. We'll do part 4. To talk about part 4, are we living in biblical times? Is it a war, war spirit, war of principalities? It's a spiritual war. Is the Bible relevant? It should be an interesting thing, Should be an interesting topic. Connecting the dots, trying to put it all together. So I'm Tim Davis, aka Professor X, UH Patriot, 1776 attitude. Signing off, saying good night. God bless. God bless you. God bless America. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.